Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown ladder with a farewell Mega Glalie Showdown live. We're using Mega Glalie in the NU tier, and you know what's crazy? Mega Glalie is actually better in higher tiers than it is in NU, I feel. But we have Spectatorless, Spikes Mega Glalie, Spin Blastoise with Rocks, Dredagon, as well as Choice Scarf Simeon and a Taunt Toxic Golbat. Shout out to Smirko for the team, I think that's how you say his name. Now, pretty similar teams. 3 of the same Pokemon. I like Glalie though. Glalie's gonna click buttons. This dude does have Incineroar, which is a little bit annoying for me, but he's also like, he is so weak to Dredagon, man. As a lead, nothing on his team likes Dredagon, so we're just gonna click Glare immediately. I don't have to bother predicting. If he U-turns, he's gonna take chip damage. If he goes for CC, I get some. I get a basically a Glare on what I'm expecting to be a Scarf Passimian right there, and yep. I'll get up my rocks one more time as well. Beautiful. So that obviously is confirmed Scarf Passimian. I think his thought process was to weaken this for potentially Incineroar. I'm actually worried that Braviary's Z at this point too, but we'll go back here. And I'm going to make a really aggressive play. Actually, I don't have to make that play. Yeah, okay, because I was thinking about going Heliolisk, but he ended up going out into Garbodor, so that's completely fine as well because I 2-hit KO this bad boy. Not sure why he went Garbodor, but it's gone, and that makes my Mega Glalie's job that much easier. Obviously, Blastoise can come out and Rapid Spin if it wants to. What I'll do in the face of Blastoise is just Roost, I feel. Incineroar seems to be my opponent's play of choice here. I think that's fine, because I can get some damage off on it with Dredagon. As he Swords Dance Flame Charge, I have Passimian to Revenge Kill, so there's Earthquake here as he Flare Blitzes me. Takes a ton of recoil, and my dude has no fighting resist on his team. However, Glalie seems a lot more fun to use, especially because I can use it as a spin blocker. Now, we'll use Glalie soon. We'll use Glalie soon because we just click close combo here and pick up a KO. We basically pick up a 2-hit KO and everything. I think maybe Blastoise might not be 2-hit KO'd, but if it spins, it doesn't matter. It's not like I 100% need rocks. And if my damage was anything like his, I'm about to say, if my damage was anything like his, I'm about to do some Demaglios right now. I want to make an aggressive play and go out to this, but Blastoise is my best bet. He shouldn't be able to Brave Bird Sweet Meat or return Sweet Meat, so I'll Toxic first. Ooh, okay. I was going to Toxic first because it hit everything, but he's not going Blastoise for whatever reason. Thunderbolt is going to clean up on his team too. And I can actually go out to my Golbat here because if he goes for close combat or knockoff, I'll be good, as I'll obviously be able to live too. It's going to be doing the same damage anyway. And Dredagon isn't necessarily the biggest threat because I have Taunt to stop it from going for Glare. He's obviously a physically defensive set just like my own. And I can just Roost again. He's Sucker Punch. What, Sucker Punch Dragon Tail? I'll just Taunt Toxic. Why is Passimian coming out? He can't even beat me with a Bulk Up Braviary because I have Infiltrator. So even if he goes for a sub, like Golbat is just so good in this game. Blastoise comes out. Right out to Heliolisk we go, and I think I just clicked Thunderbolt. Don't freeze me. He froze me. But we did it though. We believed in the thaw. That dude is a salt vet. Oh my god. Alright, so I would have lost my Mon regardless, but that was hella cool. Anyway. Gonna Mega Ball and click Earthquake, as I probably get. That dude was AV. We clicked Earthquake because it obviously hit Incineroar. I think Incineroar still dies. Even at -1. Yeah, he still dies. So what he's trying to do is get his Eye Pop and Berry back. That's fair. I don't want to take Sucker Punch damage, so I'm going to go Golbat. I just click Brave Bird. Incineroar's coming out to what? Get its Eye Pop Berry? It wasn't even Eye Pop Berry, so if he goes Braviary, all I gotta do is click Toxic. That way he can't sub and beat me down. And if he Scarf, he's gonna take Recoil. Hey, but you know what's getting the final KO here? My boy, well, he's probably gonna forfeit after this taunt if he goes for Roost or anything. But my boy Glalie is gonna come in. I'm clicking boom. I'm exploding right now. We're making sure Braviary never comes back even after the next battle. This boy's playing with 5 Pokemon for the rest of it. That's it. Good game. Alright, nice. So we got our first one. Really weird game. I feel like, well, it was only a weird game because his Blastoise was a really, I don't know. His Blastoise was a really weird set, right? Not even weird. It's just like an unusual set on Blastoise. AV is not something you see. Offensive AV. That could have been a problem too, man, if I didn't thaw there. But I think that Glalie still would have been a huge, huge, huge problem here. And the fact that he obviously wasn't Scarf Braviary, which we kind of, you know, figured out by the fact that it was Scarf Passimian. Like, getting that glare off on Passimian was really nice too, as it just means I'm not forced to switch out into, like, Druddigon or Golbat every single time Passimian comes in. Though his Passimian did a lot more than... Was that dude, like, Adamant? Maybe it was just Banded. I feel like Banded would have done a little bit more, because I'm max defense. Yeah, Scarf should not have done that much. Maybe he was. Banded. Either way, I'll pause until I find a battle, guys. I'll be right back. Guys, so we got another game. Looks like this dude got some problems here. This dude definitely got some issues for me, but man, I love Glalie. Passimian's going to be good too, just being able to U-turn around, and he actually cannot beat Golbat at all. Druddigon's a fantastic lead because the primary, like, a lot of his team is physical. Not this mon. This mon's, I still do with Golbat, right? Unless he's like Nasty Plot Psychic, my Golbat should beat this 1v1. And it looks like he's not because he just went for Wish there. So we can Toxic relatively safely. As I mentioned, Golbat's very hard for my opponent to switch into. He doesn't have very many answers for it. Blastoise if it's like a refresh set. And my opponent immediately shows their cards right there on Wish Protect. So Wish Protect, Moonblast, Aromatherapy on Aromatisse is more than likely my opponent's set. It was a good lead though because it obviously forced out my Druddigon. Now, this is interesting because I'm trying to figure out what my opponent wants to do here, because if they go Glade, for instance, I am EV to be faster than Glade. Well, not Glade per se. Metacham, you know, base 80s, Passimian. Just all around that mark. That way I can just outspeed him and do a ton of damage. I'm going to beat Passimian via... excuse me, I'm going to beat Cinccino via this. So I'm actually going to go out to Passimian here, just in case he goes for a Z move immediately, or Superpower, because obviously what I can do is threaten him with the U-turn right after. It looks like this might actually be Z, but I do threaten him with the U-turn. I'm not sure if it still kills, because of the boost. It gets a crit, so we actually don't get to find out, unfortunately. And... How do I want to force out that Cinccino? I don't want him to go for Rock Blast. I think I'm going to go Druddigon here because his best answer to Druddigon is probably going to be Aromatisse. But I wanted to go Cinccino, that way he can take a hit. Because he takes the Rocky out. You know what? I'm just going to stay in. Let him Moonblast me. He's not killing me. I'm firing some Brave Birds now because he literally cannot stop that. Actually, I'll make the Helios play because he should go Blastoise if anything. He goes Cinccino on my potential Brave Bird. It's going to work out for him, obviously. This might be... I'm glad I kept my Scarf on Passimian. He didn't click Knockoff because this might be a little bit tougher. But by going Druddigon, if he goes for Tail Slap, he's going to take Rocky Helmet. Show me Life Orb. Awesome. So that makes it a little bit easier too. Just Glare here. I don't mind him taking that damage. This is the only thing he has that's faster than my... my Glalie. So we'll knock off here as he goes Aromatisse. I believe knockoff would have KO'd the Cinccino anyway, but I could be wrong about that. Either way, I think I just go out into my Glalie now and just start to mess him up. We're gonna spike up, that way Blastoise doesn't come in, and this is the thing, this is the unfortunate thing about Aromatisse, that it either has to wish its Conrads or it wishes itself. I don't know if you're Scarf or not, but I know that Blastoise doesn't matter too much in this case. I want to find out if you're Scarf. He might be. What do you CC here? Because that might actually be Scarf damage. I feel like Blastoise would come out. I want to boom. I also want to make the Helios play. That's a really aggressive play though. I want to make it. Yep. Alright, cool. So we get in Blastoise. It might be Z Refresh, which makes it a little bit easier for me because it doesn't have Leftovers Recovery, as it turns out to not be that, obviously. And we'll just click Thunderbolt. I'm not going to bother predicting. I don't care if he protects and goes Torterra. We're at this point in the ladder, I'm not going to predict. I mean, I might get like 1500, which is like mid to high ladder on NU, I think. Yeah, as I mentioned, like I don't care about the Torterra. So now my hazards are absolutely here to stay. And basically, my Glalie is going to kill everything. This should be his rocker too. Look at his Brave Bird switchings. You can't. You can't look at them. They don't exist. Ooh, Ruskin Rocky Helmet. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to spin on this boy, and then I'm going to click Glalie, and then I'm going to get a KO, because I want to keep that mon alive. As he goes Aromatisse, same thing. I still get to Rapid Spin, and my hazards are just going to be here to stay. This thing, he's forced to go for Protect / Moonblast. You switch out. I don't know how I felt about that switch, man. Not only is your fighting resist now at like that 20%, but you're also risking a burn on this thing. That also did 17, so I think he's AV. This dude has to be AV. That did 17%. Yeah, that did 24 in Torrent. He's AV. You know what that means? Young Glalie gonna come out and click that double edge. And he messed up. I already knew he was AV, but he also messed up by showing that he wasn't choice lock. So, I mean, I already knew. I said, you did 17, you're selfish. But Glalie gonna double edge. He's gonna go Cinchino here. He's gonna take that damage. I'm just gonna sack my Heliolisk. He gets Bassimian Scarf and can revenge kill this thing always. Also, I mean, he has like one switch in left anyway, so I just U-turn and then I win the game with my boy. Yup, I misclicked here. Shoot. Man. Okay, for some reason I scared him out, but I'm just gonna go hard into Glalie. Why did I misclick there? All I had to do was go out to this and U-turn. I'm gonna go hard Glalie though. I figured this dude would click rocks. So I got another kill with double edge now. Obviously the Minchino. Basically I wanted to make it because I had enough Pokemon alive so I can just click explosion and win. But if he goes out into the Aromatisse, just click double edge again. You have no leftovers, so there's no point in you clicking protect. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to avoid that. Let me see if I can look for another game. Glalie survive! Oh! Glalie picking up another KO. I should have boomed. I should have boomed. Good game. There we go. Alright, guys. We'll pause it until... Why is my mic making sound? We'll pause... Oh, we found one right away. Awesome. So the cool thing about this game is that my opponent's hazard control is Golbat. Well, I guess it could be Whimsicott. So my Glalie is pretty good in that regard. I'm super weak to... God, I'm really weak. This is a hard game. That Vaporeon's annoying. And his Dracomon's annoying too. Like, I actually lose if he leads off with his Dracomon. So, his... I don't know why I call it Dracomon, but I lose if he leads off with that. Because Gozor is a problem. I definitely want to try and spike and then do as much damage with Glalie as possible, but it's going to be hard to get up hazards. We're going to go Passimian. He might lead off with Delphox or Guzzlord. This is why Passimian is a good lead. At least in the Guzzlord state. In the Delphox one, it's really hard because I have no Psychic Resist. So this game, it might be an L just in the making. Just on matchup alone, but leads off with Whimsicott. Get a gunk shot it there, but then that still allows him that mine. He likes Psychic, like I said, but we're gonna go Golbat anyway. As he knockoffs. So I'm gonna make the Druddigon play, anticipating him to maybe want to go Steelix. I don't think he'd stay in. Oh, Guzzlord. Man, now he can just drop a Draco on me. Alright, well, I can't do anything about that. He ends up going out to Golbat, which I find a little bit odd, because now I'm able to glare it. And potentially be a little bit aggressive with my Heliolisk. I'm going to go Heliolisk now because if he gets fully paralyzed, yeah, I'm able to just do a little bit more work. And I'll just spam Hyper Voice. It's a neutral play, as it'll do a good amount to Steelix anyway. Not as much as I wanted, though. Okay, Blastoise. I'm going to Scald initially just in case he did not end up going out into Just in case he did end up going out into, if he stayed into Toxic. But I Rapid Spin mainly because he can't knock me out. And my Golbat is just hella safe. My Golbat should be safe because he's a leftovers variant. Dude, why? No! Ah! Just made this game so much harder because it's default on Whimsicott. Yeah, he made it a lot harder. Is this Heal Bell? Come on, man. That's really annoying. Because I can at least force him out a little bit, but I don't know if he is Heal Bell or Toxic. And he's Heal Bell. So, yeah, a lot of what I got was basically all of that's just gone. Don't mind him doing that. It might be just worth just clicking Double Edge here. And then trying to use Heliolisk to break. Because if I get Steelix... God, Steelix took so much from that. I'm gonna boom. We're gonna try and win with my, we're gonna try and win right now with my Heliolisk. Because Heliolisk is really good. But the thing is, Delphox could be Scarf. So, like, Heliolisk can 2-hit KO everything outside of Guzzlord. Which my opponent should go out into. So I'm gonna go Passimian here. I think even Vaporeon is 2-hit KO'd. Potentially. The fact that he's Heal Bell means that he doesn't have Toxic. So that means my Heliolisk is a guarantee wall on Vaporeon. So just getting rid of that so I can actually spam Volts, which is okay. And as I mentioned, you kind of had to go Guzzlord there. And I'm going to CC in its face, regardless of him unfortunately tanking that. Ooh, awesome. Now I can U-turn and knock him out, and it catches Golbat. That's amazing. And Specs Thunderbolt is always the play, because he has 0 switch into Specs Thunderbolt. I'm sorry, Whimsicott, but you should be 2-hit KO by this. And you can't even paralyze me too if you have it. I don't even think he's max speed on his Whimsicott. Oh, that's fine, bro. This Thunderbolt's still knocking you out. Awesome. So we got rid of Whimsicott. Delphox the God comes out. Oh, I should not do that. If it's Scarf, I'm gonna lose to Vaporeon, right? No, I have Taunt Toxic. Taunt Toxic can win. But if it's Scarf Psychic, I lose anyway, right? I just got a Volt Switch. If it was Scarf, I lost. That dude is AV. Or just Wish Protect. What? I don't know what type of Golbat this is. If it's double Defog. Sewer Fang, Brave Bird, Roost, Toxic, Defog. He has like a whole bunch of options he can have. I'm also faster. Surprisingly. Not knocking him off is a little bit... Like, okay, so Heliolisk wins, right? Heliolisk, if it's in, it wins. So I'm going to Scald until I die. Basically. Yeah, because if I'm in, I win with Heliolisk. He can't beat me with Vaporeon. I think you die, dude. I really didn't knock him out with the Tauren move. That's such a shame. Thanks. That is such a shame. I 100% knock here, just so Vaporeon can't come in later on my CCs. So we're gonna go Blastoise just to get, yeah, he leaves. I don't know if it's actually over, but we're gonna go Blastoise just to ensure that we get the, just to get the extra leftovers. I don't know if my opponent forfeited here, but, and shout out to Glalie though. The fact that Glalie got rid of Licks is so important because I'm actually able to do this with my, Heliolisk, regardless of not having the choice specs right now. So obviously Double Edge into Boom was really crucial because my Heliolisk could just Volt Switch around. I don't know if my opponent's coming back. Maybe they think they lose now because obviously, like I said, they've lost leftovers, and if they pass to Guzzlord in front of Blastoise, Well, then their Vaporeon doesn't get any recovery, which means I start clicking CC. Delphox should die to CC after rocks. It's at 49%, so it'll be at 24% after rocks. So, hey, so this was all possible just because of Glalie getting rid of Steelix. So I hope y'all see how important that Glalie was in that game. I'm going to pause it until we find a game. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we have a game. Now my opponent has 0 ice resist except for maybe thick fat Miltank. Love Druddigon because it gets up rocks versus basically everything due to Mold Breaker. And I can actually Earthquake the Rotom as well, which I think I will go for, as it's one of the answers to Heliolisk. So getting rid of Rotom, also finding out it was Choice Scarf, turn 1, fantastic. Now my Golbat is going to be beating his Pangoro. My Golbat should beat his Comfey. Honestly, I don't think anything's wrong with me going into this unless he's like Specs. He goes for Calm Mind, but we'll just click Specs Thunderbolt. I have no reason not to. This is a Zatu, but I have no reason not to. Obviously, I can't risk that thing setting up on me, and you know, getting rid of 2 giant threats early, always amazing. Now what I can do is go Druddigon. That might be Cursed Miltank, so I'm actually a little bit worried about it, but I should be able to go Druddigon. Click my Stealth Rock here, just to get them up. You never know what your opponent has, right? And them showing Earthquake Toxic, I think they beat Rocks and Scald. So I should be able to get off a Toxic here. And now they do have 2... Oh, okay, great. So they can't even touch me. Awesome. And now I do have 2... what's it called? That shouldn't matter. Go ahead and do your thing, bro. This is not going to win. This is not going to win. As much as I love Comfey, I'm making sure I get in my Golbat now. So Golbat should be able to beat this 1v1, I want to say, in theory. Unless they have HP Psychic. But I don't even think HP Psychic knocks me out with Life Orb at that point. So all I gotta do is click Taunt, because I want this dude to show their cards. What do you have for me? That's it? Yeah, that's not beating me 1v1. I think with Brave Bird you die here. Even though you gain basically everything. But with Life Orb and Poison, I want to say you die with Brave Bird. Close. 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 And I could just Roost, because with Life Orb, he shouldn't be recovering enough. Now, I am worried about Miltank, because Miltank can definitely be a curse set. We're going to taunt the hell out of this Miltank. And we're just going to Toxic, which we cannot miss. And then Glalie can kind of just like boom on everything and win. Man, those first few turns could not have been better. I'm going hard Heliolisk because I take the hit. And I can't be paralyzed. Yeah, it's worth it. Like, risking a crit there, but it's mainly to click the Hyper Voice. Because I am worried. I am really worried about a potential... a potential Cursed Miltank. And we can go Glalie here. Yeah, just click Double Edge, really. And then CC... Or, excuse me, then CC wins the game. Double Edge twice. Get rid of you. And Close Combat should be able to knock out Pangoro. And I should be able to win. But we're going to click Explosion just in case. Hey! Leaving with a boom. Not bad. Beautiful. Alright, that game took so long to find. And I'm like... This might be a shorter Showdown Live than usual. Just because I'm kind of on a timer. I'm getting everything... like I said, I'm going camping this weekend. I thought he had 2 Pokemon, bro. What you doing? Bro, this looks like an Allen replay. Like an Allen-esque team. CC's so good in this game. I love Druddigon too. I'm getting up rocks. Like, Whimsicott's so good. Archeops is hella good versus me. We're gonna Glare here though. I don't think this would be his rocker because I think Pos would be. I'm physically defensive, so I pray I live this. Beautiful. He should still be faster than me, but... Actually... yeah. I don't think I was getting up rocks, but getting rid of that speed at least is really good for Pokemon like Glalie, for instance. And I'm going to... I know he has the Piloswine, but I'm going to click Double Edge. Either way. Especially because it allows me a Spike here. And damage on this and Archeops being weakened. Look at Hyper Voice and look at his team. It's so good. So I definitely value that, I think, a little bit more than Yeah, I value this damage so much, even if he gets up rocks here. That's completely fine. Because I spin them away. I'm going all in with my my Specs Heliolisk. So getting rid of this is worth it. I'm going in with Specs Heliolisk. So I should be able to pick up a KO here with Scald. As he goes Samurai. Like a Grass Knot variant? What are you? SD? He realizes, though, that he needs to keep that alive. Damn, I can still lose to Archeops. I think that Helios is still safe. Even though it's my win con, I still think it's safe. Because I'll take the Grass Knot, exactly. And Specs Hyper Bush should pick up a KO here. Great. So he gets rid of the... he basically gives me the Mon that now I can Volt Switch around freely versus my opponent. Obviously, I'm still worried about Archeops. My Golbat's really decent here. My Persimmon at least lets me Revenge Kill Incineroar as well. But my Golbat lets me deal with Whimsicott. And I'm still very worried about that Archeops. Yes, there it is. Okay, so. Eat your hit, buddy. I barely ate that, by the way. I just want to say that. I just barely ate that attack. I can see him going out into still Samurai. I was thinking about doubling there just so I keep as many sacks as possible. It's still Grass Knot, if anything, right? I might be faster, actually. Looking at our EVs. Oh, my boy is timid. No! So I'm basically forced to go for the... I'll still Volt Switch here. And I think I bring out Passimian. Because I still got to try and Thunderbolt beat him. And I do have the Gunk Shot for Whimsicott. As well as the fact that knockoff will 2 KO Zatsu, and I don't think Zatsu can kill me. Never mind, he's Cobra. I thought it was Rocky Helmet. I'm still committing. Because with Zatsu being gone and weakened, that makes Helios' job a lot easier too. That paralyzed Archeops is still going to beat me, man. That paralyzed Archeops is going to beat me. Unless I can make him sack Whimsicott. So that way my my Golbat does work. Like the Spike lets me 2 KO Whimsicott. He's gonna knock off here too. I think I lose. Like guaranteed. Unless I do enough to Archeops / Incineroar. Okay, I'm gonna have to Roost once. Because he's going to be in the fetus after the next hit. I have to dodge a Stone Edge too, okay? Cool, so as long as he is in the fetus, which he is now, his Stone Edge will be less. But God, it's still powerful. And he's just going to Earthquake here too. Alright, if I want to win this game, I think he has to get fully paralyzed. Damn, man, this thing was such a threat. I still stand by booming on Piloswine just so I could hopefully win with this, but damn, man, this Archeops was a threat. It was a problem. I guess I can crit Incineroar if it's not Spadef, if it's like an offensive variant. Because I should be able to kill a Whimsicott. An offensive Whimsicott I'll kill. A defensive one can't really touch me much. But I might lose because no rocks are up. I don't know, unless Helios pulls it out. This is a tough one. I think he's running the calc now. So, like, I needed the full para there. There's no way I kill Incineroar. It's way too bulky. Ah, so close. Good game. Rocks could have done it. Damn, man. Rocks definitely could have done it. We're gonna... I don't want to end it on that loss. I said I wanted this to be shorter. But I hate ending on a loss. That was still a good game, though. That was still a good game either way. Mega Glalie... How did that start? Like, I just lost my Mon immediately. The fact that Dredagon is not faster than things makes it a little bit tough. But Archeops was a hard Pokemon for me to deal with, right? I have a Scarf user and then everything that's weak to it. What is he, Fly? So it's Fly, Stone Edge, Earthquake, Hone Claws. He doesn't have Roost. Because it was Supersonic Sky Strike. There's no way you'd be Acrobatics because Acrobatics isn't, what's it called? Acrobatics isn't, if you use your Z move, Acrobatics is still 55 base power. So there's no way you'd be acrobatics, if anything. I hate to end it on a loss, but I think I have to. In terms of time, I have to. Because these games be taking too long to find. Thank you for watching. Sorry, this was a little bit... wasn't that short. It was 30 minutes. This is my usual time. But sorry I had to end it on a loss. That was still a good game. I think if he got the full para, I actually could have won that. Because all I had to do was weaken Incineroar to the point of me clicking Hyper Voice. And then Whimsicott wouldn't be able to kill me if it's offensive. If it's defensive, I'm faster than it. So I either 2-hit KO it or I OHKO it if it's offensive. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Mega Glalie definitely leaving with a boom. Boom like so many times. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.